right, once you've completed your outside inspection, the examiner will give you instructions. To complete the vehicle inspection, perform an external light operations check and an in-vehicle inspection and engine start. He would ask you, do you have any questions? You would say yes. Would you step to the front of the vehicle to assist me with my light check? They say yes. The examiner's in front of the vehicle. Turn your light switch on. Your lights and light switch on. And you want to inform the examiner. Let your window down so the examiner can hear you. You inform the examiner you're now checking your clearance lights and side marker lights. Left turn signal, right turn signal. 4 ways. High beam, low beam. You would say, sir, that completes the light check in the front. Would you step to the rear of my trailer to check the side and rear lights on my tractor and trailer? He will proceed to the back. Once he's in the back, you look in the mirror and you will let him know. Clearance lights, side marker lights, left turn signal, right turn signal. 4 ways. Now, we will replace high beam and low beam with tail lights, brake lights. You would tell him, sir, that completes my light inspection. The examiner will make his way alongside the vehicle, turn your key off. Once he gets in, he will sit down. Then you instruct him that I will now perform a safe start. Safe start, check your brakes, applied. Make sure the vehicle's in neutral. Turn the key to the on position. Check all your lights to make sure they come on and go off, especially your 2 ABS lights. And start your vehicle. Slowly releasing the clutch. Next, you would start by checking both mirrors, left and to the right. You would make sure that your mirrors are properly secured, not cracked, damaged, or broken, clean, free of any obstructions. Then you proceed to your windshield to make sure it's properly secured, not cracked, damaged, or broken, clean, and free of any obstructions. You would check your window seal to make sure that your window seal is properly secured, not cracked, damaged, or broken, and not leaking. You would check your windshield wipers to make sure they're clean. They're properly secured, not cracked, damaged, or broken, firmly pressed against the windshield. They work, as well as washer fluid. Next, we will proceed to our gauges. First, we'll start with our temperature gauge to make sure it's properly secured, not cracked, damaged, or broken, and rising to the proper level between 180 and 210. We'll move down to next, we'll check our oil pressure gauge. Make sure it's properly secured, not cracked, damaged, or broken, rising to the proper level between 30 and 60 psi. Next, we'll go to our depth gauge, fuel gauge. Make sure it's properly secured, not cracked, damaged, or broken. It has enough fuel for the trip. We'll proceed to our RPM gauge to make sure it's properly secured, not cracked, damaged, or broken, and it works properly by tapping the accelerator. We'll move to our speedometer, where we'll check later, once during our service brake check. Then we'll move to our fuel gauge. Make sure it's properly secured, not cracked, damaged, or broken. It's working properly and has enough fuel for the trip. Then we'll check our primary and secondary air gauges to make sure they're both secured, not cracked, damaged, or broken, working properly and rising to the proper level between 120 and 140 psi. Next, we will check our voltmeter, which is a digital voltmeter. We'll make sure it's properly secured, not cracked, damaged, or broken, and working properly, and it's properly charging the battery between 12 and 14 volts without any warning lights. Next, we'll check our light indicators. Left turn signal, right turn signal, 4 ways, high beam, low beam. Alrighty. From there, we come out, we check our horn, our highway horn, then our city horn. Next, we move over and check our heat and defrost. The dials are already set, split for defrost and heat on the floor. Temperatures is at hot. We turn the speed control up and we check to make sure we have defrost up top and make sure we fill air at the bottom for heat. All right, turn that off. Then next we go through our safety devices. First, we're going to check our seat belt to make sure it's secure in 3 places: at top, down at the bottom, and over on the right side of the seat. It latches, unlatches. There's no, check the belt itself for any cuts or frays or rips. Then we check our spare fuses. They can be in the fuse box here or stored in our cubbies up storage spaces above. We do our 3 red self-standing triangles. They're in our side cubby, located on the side of the tractor. Then finally, we have our fire extinguisher on the side of the seat. It's properly secured, not cracked, damaged, or broken. It's fully charged, has a safety pin in place with an up-to-date service tag or inspection.